Hello, how are you today? Hope you are doing well. It's another beautiful day. It's a day for us to strive and make the best of it. I just decided to use this cup today. You know, I still want me that cup. You know, I'm used to it. I love brown. You can see this is still brown, but it's transparent. You know, it's lemon tea with the lemon inside. You know, and it's nice. I love it. And I'm having me beautiful things today. You know, it's good for you to eat well and drink up good things that it's gonna balance your immune system and make you, you know, still strive to make the best of your life while you still live. It's a beautiful bowl of salad with potatoes, carrots and stuff, you know, steamed potatoes and stuff like that, and some onions and olive oil and vinegar with black pepper, you know. And then sometimes if you want, you can still, you know, put a little bit of you know, I don't know, seasoning. You know, I season mine sometimes and stuff, you know. So I'm having me this is what I'm having. And what else? Now I'm having me a lot of things this morning. Wow. I'm doing this to inspire people. This I'm having mango, you know, it's sliced, ready to swallow, ready to chew and swallow. You know, it's good for you to eat fresh so you can, you know, feel good about yourself. It's very healthy and it's nutritious and it has a lot of vitamins and stuff that is good for your skin, good for your, you know, whatever way you want to swing it is good for your body, you know. So it's very important. So today we're going to be having a good discussion. The discussion that we're going to be having requires people to eat well and to live well. You know, it's very important you live well, you eat well, and you drink well, you know. It's very important. Voila, it's delicious. I don't know if I can wait. Anyway, let me try to get it on with the discussion today. It's marriage. You know, people are gifted sometimes. You don't have to be in the institution of marriage for you to know a lot of things. Sometimes you don't have to be practically involved. You can have the wisdom, and sometimes, you know, you have to be in it to have the experience. Sometimes there's the people around you. I always get this messages about marriage. People coming to my page, marriages and stuff like that. Happy Sunday, first of all, to all the beautiful people out there, to all the Christian brothers and sisters, and to all the lovely people out there. Happy Sunday to all of you. So today we are discussing marriage. People love to hear, in the northern region, in Ariwa, people love the idea of marriage, but they lack the majority. Just few minority understand the word marriage, and they live by the process of what is called marriage. You know, we have high rate of divorce, but that's not going to stop lovebirds from marrying. If you're in love and you're honestly in love, you should get married, and you have to be compatible. Marriage is something that unifies the soul and also brings light and peace and happiness. If you don't see that, you need to run. If you can make it change, then you change it. If you can't change it, then you need to your health. It's very important when it comes to marriage. You know, your health. People don't always talk about this, but health, it's very important. Mental health, physical health, emotional health. These are the three things you need to have when going into marriage, and when you're also giving and collecting. It's very important. People just come, they preach, they use religion and stuff, but the most important thing is the mental and emotional and physical health. You know, you need to all have this combination for you to be able to have a healthy marriage, you know. So before you go into marriage, you need to check in with your mental health, your emotional compatibility, and what have you, you know, how you're going to navigate and swing the sanity and the reality and the activities of marriage and what have you. People just come, they just want to marry, they like the idea of the ceremony and stuff like that, but the mental health is where the marriage is. So when you come to people's pages and stuff like that, and you dish out or you talk about your marriage, or you want to find out why this person is not married and stuff like that. Some people, they can't stand the mess in certain things, and some people can stand and you know, stand the mess and also manage the situation. And also, you know, I mean, the unhealthy part. There are healthy part, there are unhealthy part. Every marriage has its up and down. It's just like a relationship with parents, like my parents and stuff, you know. Whether I like it or not, it's almost like a marriage, you know, because they're still alive and I'm still having a relationship with them. You know, how you make it healthy is what determines the relationship. So the same thing with your spouse or your partner, you know, the relationship you have, it's what determines the, you know, the healthy aspect of it. You know, it's always good for one to be positive minded. It's always good for one to grow inside a marriage. You know, there are many marriages that people haven't grew. They're still stagnant. Some are backwards. It's just one person that is growing. Marriage is supposed to be a both side growing. You know, it just can't be just one person. So when people come and you see their ideology and they just want marriage, it's like they want to buy off like a chicken or a goat. You know, you just start wondering the ideology of marriage. And now this is the 21st century. People have grew. People are more wiser. People are different. People want to be global. Female child wants to also impact into the world. So you come, you want to marry, you want to just lock up a child and stuff. You don't want her to grow and stuff. You start bringing sentiment, whether she's going to still be a prostitute and still be a married person, or, you know, or what have you. You know, you just have to clear up your mind. You have to build up trust. You have to build up, you know, relationship. You have to build up friendship. You can't just go into marriage thinking negative, you know, allowing people to influence your relationship. The relationship is between two people, not between the community. You know, you can have community relationship differently, but your personal relationship, when you go to bed and you're going to bed with that person that you love. You're not going to bed with the whole of your community. So that's the ideology that some people forget, you know. So now that Africans have developed, their mindset have developed, and it's almost similar to the global world. Everybody is global, you know. There's nothing like Western or Arabian or Asian and stuff. It has everything to do with the global standard. You know, people just want to see that they grow, they are better, you know. So when you are going into marriage, you have to learn to nurture. It's just like agriculture, just like us farmers, you know. You have to learn to grow, you have to learn to plant, you have to learn to nurture. You know, you can't dish out negativity and expect that negativity is going to convert itself automatically to become positive and then you're going to be great. No, you have to learn to plant in positivity. You have to learn to nurture positivity. You have to learn to set a pace, you know, to cultivate, to make a home, to make it peaceful, to influence peace, you know, to influence understanding, balance, communication, and what have you. So when people come to your page and they think you don't know it, you know it. You know, it's just that, you know, when it's time, it's time. When it's not time, then you need to, you know, mind your own business. So the most important thing is that, you know, you need to understand that it has everything to do with emotions. That's why you see people taking knives, stabbing and stuff like that. You know, people wondering how come northern women were killing their husbands and stuff like that. You know, northern women are killing their husbands because they lack nurturing. They lack real emotional nurturing. You have to learn to hit the emotional buttons. You have to learn to nurture that emotional balance. You know, you have to learn to understand psychology. You can't just say whatever goes. And if whatever goes, then you don't know when you're going to get stabbed. You know, because the mental health is not okay. So whatever you have to do in a relationship, the mental health comes first, emotional, and then physical. You know, you have to navigate all those three areas and stuff. You know, it's very, very important. You have to make sure that you're doing your best to make sure you have sanity so you don't endanger yourself. Be it a man or a woman, you don't endanger yourself, you know. You don't end up, you know, because love is the most brutally crime that can easily convert into the most ugliest and horrific crime ever in the history of crime and stuff like that. Love has always been the most brutal and extreme crime. When love changes, it becomes really, really horrible. So one has to do whatever it takes to make sure the sanity comes first. You know, you can't just go loving, showing that you love, but the mental health is not okay, you know. And that's why you start seeing cases of, you know, this person has been stabbed, that person has been stabbed, or has been poisoned with rat poison and stuff, you know, reading cases of, you know, all kinds of things, or the stepmother has killed the you know, the sun, the this, the that, you know, those are things. So now that you like marriage, make sure that when you're going into marriage, you also check the faith, the mental health, the emotional, you know, and the physical. You know, one has to be healthy to be in marriage. You can't just go into marriage without good health system. You have to check whether your compatibility, your genotypes and stuff like that. HIV, VVF is the thing that comes when a young child is married off early. I used to do things like that on my NGO and stuff like that. I've helped a lot of people got stitched up, you know. So I just remember that. So young marriages are the result of, you know, VVF. Some older women too have seen some slight cases, but it's majority in a younger child. So anyway, you know, you have to test all the diseases and stuff before you go into marriages. You can't just go into marriage, oh yeah, marriage, boom, you know. No, life has changed. Even prostitutes on the streets, they are very cautious of their you know, health and stuff like that, because we educate them as a HIV ambassador. You know, that I did that program called Imagine Africa. You know, it was a hell lot of a program, but we pulled out. You know, we spent a lot of time in the southern part of Africa and in South Africa and stuff like that. You know, it was a very intense program. I even cried on the program because of the intensity and the stress. Recording almost 14 or 15 hours a day. You don't even get sleep. You fly from this country to that country, from that country to that, you know. You just feel, you know, drained, tired. You know, you meet all kinds of people, you interact with all kinds of people, no rest and stuff. Boom, 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 boom. You know, so it was an intense program and interactive time, and it was a great experience. And it was powered then by Bill Gates, Kaiser, and Coca-Cola and MTN, and it was done by SABC, South African Broadcast Company, I think, yes. So in partnership and stuff. So anyway, and I represented Nigeria, so Nigerian American. Anyway, we are still in the case called marriage. You know, marriage has to do with a lot of things. So when you're going into marriage, you have to plan. You just can't go in. Your finance is very important, you know. Whoever is rich or poor, you just have to make sure that you're a team and you plan. You can't just go saying me. If you start that me, you're building this mental problem, you know. You have to find a way to have this balance, you know, when you're going into marriage. You know, nobody is a slave. No man is a slave. No woman is a slave. So it has changed. The global world has changed. We are now in a dynamic situation. You know, you want to marry, you want to upgrade, you know. People are discussing these things and stuff, advancement and stuff like that. Yes, so the brain has changed. That's why your mindset has to change. It has to upgrade, you know. You can't just go into the marriage with a different ideology. You have to go into marriage with most, you know, a healthy ideology and intelligent ideology, so you can be safe. So marriage is not just marriage. You see a woman, you just marry. You don't know what she's thinking, because women now think differently. They think vast. You know, and they also want to grow, they want to impact. And when you give birth to a child, you want your child, your girl child, you as a man too, you want your girl child to impact. You want her to be great in the world. So don't think that you're marrying a house girl. You know, Ramadan is coming now. Marry. Marry. Second wife, third wife, fourth wife. Marry. Try your possible best to make sure that you also have a lot to offer, vice versa, and there's a mutual growth, and it's also a healthy relationship, and you love her and she loves you, and you can nurture. You need to nurture. You need to grow. You need to also you know, refresh. You need to also, you know, re-energize, rejuvenate. You know, everything. You need to make sure that it's, you know, it presents itself. There's decency in your emotions. You know, you can't just you know, think that everything is automatic. No, you have to invest. You know, you have to invest. It's very important. You know, people just talk about marriage. They don't know that it involves a lot of things, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, everything. You know, you have to put a lot of things inside, you know, and you have to be the main ingredient. Your character, your attitude. It's very important, your attitude. You can't just think that because money cannot marry. It's your character, your attitude that can marry. You can't just think that, okay, because I have a lot of money, I'm a billionaire now, you know, I'm just going to get married. You know, it doesn't work like that. You get toast. You get toast. So it has to do with a lot of mental, emotional, physical, you know, the whole aura. You know, you have to, it's like a flower. Both of you, whether it's the male flower or the female flower is a flower, you have to water it, you have to nurture it, you have to put manure, you have to tint the soil, you have to make sure that, you know, the leaves are looking fabulous. They are, you know, they are getting photosynthesis, they are getting light, you know. I'm giving you the agricultural stuff because I'm passionate about farming. So anyway, you have to also make sure that you nurture it so it grows, it blossoms. And you could see the impact. Anybody that sees your wife or sees your husband, you'll be like, your husband is doing well, you know, he's glowing. Your wife is doing well, she's glowing, she's looking healthy, just like a healthy plant. But you can just, you know, you look rich, but you're mentally a mess, you're physically a mess, you're emotionally a mess, you're bankrupt inside out, you know, the money is useless, you know, you're just a walking zombie. It doesn't add value to the society. You become like almost like an indirect terror, you know. You have this transfer of aggression. Some people don't even want to be around you because the negative energy it's you know, it's sending out its signal and stuff. So you have to do whatever it takes to make sure you look inwards to build yourself. Marriage is from within. It's not from the outside. The within reflects the outer layer. You know, it's not the glamour. It's not the boxes. It's not the money you spend during the wedding. It's not the sex. It's not the you know, it's not the lies, you know, but it's the honesty, it's the inner happiness, it's the inner satisfaction, it's the peace, it's the, you know, environment. Everything has to do, you know, people can live in a marriage if there's peace, whether you're living in a hot house, whether you're living in, you know, in an open space. When there's peace and happiness, you know, people want to be there. They want to be around you. You know, decency, respect, honesty. It's very important in marriage. So when you're going into marriage, remember all these things, you know. When your first marriage failed, look at things. Maybe you invited third party. Maybe you did things wrongly. Maybe you disrespected your spouse. Maybe you disrespected, you know, things like that. So it's very important you look into things carefully before going into marriage so we can make it work, you know. And then when it doesn't work, sometimes, you know, it's nature. Sometimes it's by God, you know. Everything is not sometimes by the human being, but most especially, like almost 99% mostly is from the human being, you know. But 1%, you know, there's benefit of doubt is from the Almighty, you know, and stuff like that. If it doesn't work, you love each other, but you cannot be together and you still remain friends. There are marriages like that. There are divorce cases like that, and they are supporting each other, you know. And I've seen things like that. And there are some, they still have decency, whether they have the problem and stuff, they have vowed that they are going to be co-parenting and stuff like that. So whenever you go into marriage and you have kids, make sure you don't take it out on your children. Make sure you do your best to make sure that you nurture your children, you give them the best of love so that they can come out looking great and they can impact the society positively and they will not become monster kids or monster situation, you know. Let's do our best to make sure that we are honest with our emotions. You know, there are a lot of dubious things around the world and stuff. So do your best to make sure that you keep sane and you're balanced and you're honest. So marriage is a vast thing, but I am trying to narrow it down to the reality. So I hope that you've apprehended and you can share and we can find a basic way to make our society healthy. We see a lot of marital situations, you know, people marry for like a week, 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, you know, high divorce rates, you know, in courts the other day. You know, it's not all about taking, you know, things that would energize your sexual things and stuff. No, it's about you using your mental health, your mindset and stuff. Also finding ways to balance, you know, the mindset is the number one. It's then your faith, you know, it goes together. And lies, avoid lies in a relationship. Try and build more of honesty and trust, you know, so that somebody can, you know, find that trust, you know, in the partner or in, you know, whichever way you want to see it. Trust is the number one thing called marriage. Without trust, then there's no marriage. So remember that even in all relationship, trust is very important. So that's what I have for you today. If you have any discussion or you have any questions, you can leave it down below, you know, share and stuff. Remember to keep positive minded, you know, remember that life is a cycle. Karma is always there. So try your possible best to do your best for your environment and for yourself. I can see Aminu S.A. Audu, Mohammed Magaji, Awalu Hussaini, Chavo, Ibrahim, and all the beautiful people out there. Gambo Umar, Jubril Idris, Dauda Adamu, how are you? You're from Texas. You are in Texas, I mean, hi. FIFA, Edie, Mohammed Sirajo, Mohammed Ali Hassan, Babangida, Musa Ali Ilyasu, Ibrahim Mukhtar, One Love too, Suleiman Hassan Abbas, Rolwan Aliu, Baba Habu, Mohammed, and then the person telling me he's watching me from the villa. Hello, hi, how are you? And then watching me from Ahmadu Bello University, Abbas Yusuf, hi, hello, how are you? Yahya M. Nasru, I love you too. One love to you and your family. Bonjour, 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 bonjour. Bonjour. And who else? A lot of people. Wow, 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 wow. Awalaga, yawa. Faisal Umar, Ibrahim Gawuna, Salisu Aliu, Mohammed Yakubu, all of you, I'm greeting you and thank you very much for joining me. Honorable Umar Inua, you want to eat, I'm wishing you that you eat something that it's even better than mine. You know, Abubakar Mohammed BK, thank you. You like my skin tone? Alhamdulillah, mashallah. Hello, hello, hello. Al-Hadi Ayuba, Ami alaikum assalam. Okay, greetings to all of you. You have a beautiful day. My regards to you and your family. Have the best, you know, life experience. Always, let's just try to make the best of it. And I'm wishing you the best of the life experience that we are hoping that we always have every day. We need to find ways to make our life better and decent. So peace to you and your family. My regards to your loved ones. And bye-bye.